see what pops up. Oh, we're live. Let's cut over now.
So we are. Bye bye, chat.
Ooh, we have some Chinrei. We have two Chinreis here. I think this is the first Chinrei appearance. I feel like Nam Gongsheng was probably banned. We have actually a pretty wide range of characters who... a mix of new and old, I guess. Ming Ming not really had much of a tournament debut in the hands of Xiaobu Cute Pinch. Immortal Lord Dulin is on Li Man here. Wasn't Immortal Lord Dulin playing Li Man?
No, Li Man was Xiaobu Cute Pinch last
time.
time.
I see, yeah.
Dulin played Qi Wang Yao, but
right.
is now barred from doing so again.
That makes more sense, yeah. Qing on Chinrei. The Tan Xian fan is once again on Qi Wang Yao. Cool Shirt on Feng Shu. That's Bu Jiu is on Cat Girl. Xiu on Lu Jianxin, who we saw him play yesterday. My stream suddenly crashed. Sorry, not my stream. My video feed crashed. That's all right. Should be back now. We're making physique the hard way here with with Li Man. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh goodness! Play a chi cost card, so you charge one physique every turn forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, they did make it to their cap. Goodness.
That's what matters, you know. At the end of the day, you'd rather, I guess, hit than not. So we've got so Xiu is on Lu Jianxin, who we saw them play yesterday. They played Flying Fang Sword as their Mirage of choice. So I wonder if that's what we're going to be seeing again here. Made it look quite good too.
I had predicted it would be Xiaobu for Xiu, and I'm realizing this was an error. Xiu has thought about this longer and harder than I did, and they are in the right. Why? Because Xiaobu is their next best character. They would like to use their next best character to actually win a game, not top 4. And so they need to save that, pick someone they think is a safer-ish top 4, and then qualify to win, and then use their character that does that.
I could see that. I wonder if that's the decision going in there. Xiu has shown a very strong propensity to play Lu Jianxin in this event. I think they played them in the qualifying round, and then obviously we saw them play him yesterday as well. So clearly feel that the character has some good things around him, which I think is not really what many people think about Lu Jianxin at the moment. I don't think people have a very high opinion of this character in the current.
Seen a couple other tournament players using them. Just a couple. And it's been... I will say, to its credit, you can find most of the board on phase 4. I think that's the property that Xiu is chasing here, that they expect to be able to win all their mid-game fights and still do decently in the late game, because they're just aiming the top 4. Any top 4 is, unless this comes down to several tiebreakers at the end, is just identically good for Xiu.
So we have Li Man is now running Magnanimous Righteousness Mirage for sure. We saw that in the pick.
Okay.
I think the other Chinrei, so not Qing Qing, is Musician playing the Billows Mirage.
Okay, that would be Rusu.
Bu Jiu here on Musician, Cat Girl, which is not like a huge surprise. Let me see, who are we looking at here? So this is Qing Qing we were looking at. I think Qing Qing is Musician. Maybe they're both Musician?
So they are. It's possible they both are. It's been very popular this season.
Yeah, so definitely Qing Qing on Musician.
Cool Shirt is reprising their signature Plant Master Fang Shu from yesterday, which they played the entire set.
And I got him here, so keep going with it.
We have a Fulu Lu Jianxin.
Yeah.
Not surprising, given that I think that's sometimes the Spiritage board is playing.
I think so. Yesterday, Siu was playing M Flying Fang Fulu, so I think probably
Oh, that's true.
I
He
think they're
was.
probably running that back. Yeah, if I had to guess. Pretty sure Tan Xian Fan is also a musician. So a lot of Five Elements musicians, actually just a lot of musicians in general. Yeah,
It
big
is
build of
the tournament
musicians.
side job
Yeah.
for high agency players that are willing to invest a ton of effort. Musicians. Shoot.
Okay, so the Chinrays getting their 5 elements really online. Yes, a lot of kindness tunes on boards at the moment. You know, if all your opponents are playing kindness tune, you're kind of free rolling by not playing kindness tune in a way. If 4 people have kindness tune on their board, you know, you can kind of be a bit loose with your mid game a little bit, knowing that they're all gonna have your back. Like Ming Ming also with a kindness tune in hand, so another musician board. This is pretty common, I think, in tournament play. Locked Shuror as well, as to see Ming Ming be brought as a musician. Basically, just a Xiao Bu variant. Has some strengths and some weaknesses compared to Bu. Rolling really hard on 3, all the way down to 0.
We have 5 musicians in this lobby.
Well, I hope everybody is ready to take their chases off their board, because there's going to be a lot of calls for it.
I mean, you have to imagine anyone who's playing musician is ready because they need to be prepared to play their own predicaments, right?
That's true. That's
So,
true.
we have a plant master Lee Man. It's not too hard for him to cut out chases and just punch people with a crash fist every turn.
Yeah, Lee Man also has the sort of unique advantage of being able to make 20 agility with a single with a single chase and his tier 5 combining together, which means it's not too hard for him to make boards that deal like a ton of damage and chase twice, but only have 1 dead card on them, which is a unique advantage of him. If you're queuing into musician fights, you can sort of drop a small part of your agility package and still have a board that will fare very well against a non-predicament board, while still, you know, blowing up a board that is trying to anti-chase you.
For our other 2 non-musicians, Liu Shanxin is a Fulu blacksmith, and that usually it's gonna start with a Divine Walk Fulu if CU had their preference, right?
Yeah.
And obviously their Mirage card is a chasing card that adds to the sword intent. It's not like unforgivable to keep playing that under predicament, but it is a little bit awkward. At least we expect them, I think, to take Clearheart Ultimate, right? Like, really the killer blow would be if you had Cloud Sword Clearheart and had to fight predicaments, then just everyone would be running it against them all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So I think Siyu and Feng Shu will have a little bit more time coping with predicament. The other 6 players should be in good straits to do it.
Another observation is that Siu is on round 7 with 23 rolls, has not spent a single roll. I feel like part of that is looking around the lobby and seeing that there are 5 musicians and everyone has kindness tune, and just deciding that there's no real point in spending a bunch of rolls to save, you know, a single-digit amount of destiny when people are playing kindness tune against you anyway. So
I think it's a combination effect. I think what you said is very real, but also they want to aggressively roll on round 8 on phase 4.
Sure.
So that they can find all of their they can find their flying fangs and.
True.
Actually, maybe they'll be doing it on 3. On 4, they can find Bestowing Fulu, but on 3, they have Cloud Dance Rhythm. It's a little bit of a trickier balance than it is for the Spiritomb Sword version, which finds nearly everything at 4.
Well, we're seeing on tier 3 right now, Seal is on 23 out of 25 rerolls. So
they must be intending to take the bulk in phase 4.
Yes, for sure. Certainly biding their time till then. Biding the puncture here, which means they are gonna have to deal with a board that is actually trying to kill them. Maybe not what Seal wanted here, but I mean, the big sword does a lot of damage, so Oh, and there's a really nice burst sword too. Looks like they're gonna get in under the Jade Scroll here with the help of that Chi Denial.
Yes, the chi denial was really big. It also made the timing line up for another big hit to not land under weaken.
Yep. Now Ching Ching getting defeated by the Lee Man here. I swear I saw a kind of tune in Ching Ching's hand. It's curious that it's not being deployed here. Maybe I missed what I was thinking of the other one. On the other hand, Rusu has a max kindness tune, so they are simply going to be hanging out here for a while. All right, Seal starts their roll down, finds a Cloud Dance Rhythm anyway, which is a nice pickup.
It's very interesting to me that we're seeing everyone break out the kindness tunes this round, in a round where really you ideally want to be trying to get like second, maybe third, in order to make sure you actually get live to win the event quickly enough. They do, because of the way the first game landed, kind of have to give up on the possibility of being live to win in one. Only 2 people can do that, and they would have to get literal first place.
Yeah,
it's just, so you take it. Assume you're taking it in 2 rounds, and maybe actually that. If you're taking it in 2 and you think kindness tune abuse can get you to top 4, maybe that's the reason you just plan on getting that twice plus your first game score.
I very much enjoyed the commentator swapping from or the observer swapping from Siu's sort of frantic breakdown trying to figure out what to roll away to their opponent's board, which is just like a kindness tune and a carefree tune and 6 normals.
Nice and easy.
Someone had to spend more time thinking about this round than someone else. Yep, there it is. I think that's actually a Cat Soul Blessed board. As we were discussing yesterday, a board that is intentionally dealing as little damage as possible to make sure it takes maximum damage, so that due to the round number, they know that that'll be an even number, and then that'll proc Cat Soul Bless, and then the Kindness Tune, and that'll take, Pittance Destiny damage.
Are you sure about that? Do you really think you can take max from putting a Carefree Tune and normals on your board?
I thought that there was like a Sky Spirit tune on there as well, which looked like it was like, I think the board might actually have been, yeah.
It wasn't Carefree, it was just other random musician cards.
It was just other,
yes, this is definitely a Cat Soul Bless.
Yeah. other random junk. Alright, so Siu has found their M Flying Fang, currently the payoff being Spirited Sword here. The Mongshu now with the very, very strong tier 4 on Lake Hex, turning that card into just a utility knife through the mid game of chi, hexagrams, and just a ton of internal injury. At the top of the lobby, we have a Cirque, Spring Rain, Chinray, with a Kindness Tune on it, just to sort of give everybody else a little bit of breathing room. Now, I think because they have to charge chi for that Scarlet Flame, they might actually kill their opponent before they get to it most of the time.
I would like to pause and note that this Lee Man has skipped Shift Stance.
Yes. Shift Stance is an interesting one, right? It's one of those cards that I think very often does not make it to your end board, especially if you're just playing like generic Force Fist. It doesn't quite make enough agility for you. But it's such a house in the mid game.
It generally stays a very long time. I think you usually only take it off when you can max a Crane.
It depends, I think, because I think often you don't want to shift out of Fist Stance, but yeah, either way, like the flexibility of this is huge, and opting to take a bunch of extra HP instead is it's a big decision. I'm not sure that I would very often shift that one on him.
There's one thing that we can say that's not just my opinion and definitely a for sure fact.
Mm-hmm.
is that they're giving up on using Entangling Vine on people when they don't take shift stance.
Yes,
Right?
for sure.
To get that down with any degree of promptness in the late game, you need to be shifting into shift stance for the chase Genshi effect.
100%.
So
Yeah.
that's not their game plan. Um, do we know Leeman the Dulan's Mirage? Did he take exercise bones?
I
Because
believe
his behavior
it's
so far is lining up.
no. I believe it's actually magnanimous righteousness. They're just going to be doing Styx agility, sure, or magnanimous righteousness as their sort of force engine. I believe.
Oh no! So they don't even need a max crane to replace a Styx agility or to replace the shift stance on that board because they'll use Styx agility intentionally. It's more debuffs and also more agility.
Yeah.
Okay, this makes sense.
So the our Tantrion fan here had the option to click concentrated element again on tier 5 on their breakthrough, but this time they are electing to take Forget Worries. Around 10 breakthrough on Chi Wang Yo is impressive. I love this hard bamboo here, basically just being used to take a bunch of to take away the Jinrei's guard up and make a little bit of defense in the process. It's a very efficient efficient way to do that.
You do get subsequent defense from your exercise tendons and the detect horses.
Yeah, it's not.
So
It's not.
it continues to do a little. It's if you got it. Yeah, I definitely you like the decision. It is pretty efficient all around.
For sure. Well, now we're gonna see a couple of people able to navigate their breakthrough. We have our Immortal Lord Dylan doing a round 11 Lee Man breakthrough. We've got...
I'm certainly drawing gold cards, but not necessarily the ones that fit optimally with the Magnanimous Righteousness strategy.
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward arrangement here where they have a bunch of sort of like middle of the road crash fists. Like they're not like great crash fists. Subdue Dragon is good, and the rest of them are kind of whatever. So they're not really worth just sort of playing as their own card without the Force Engine. But if you draw the Force Engine, you kind of need those crash fists. So a little bit of a difficult roll down to navigate here.
It definitely is. The soul cleaving that they found is... I see why they save it, because at some intermediate stage, your Force Engine probably has a surer roar, and then you already have the Styx agility, so you could, at that point, why not just play a cleaving while you wait to find both the Magnanimous Righteousness, the vast universe.
Yeah, it's a card that can also just kind of steal fights, right? If someone's not expecting you to queue up a Ghost Howling Soul Cleaving, they might run out, their Cat Sword or something, just like, well, I can just do my sort of classic kill here, and then they're weakened, and then suddenly that fight looks really good for you. Yeah, a card with enough upside that it's generally going to be worth holding on to, unless you have to get rid of it for something else. So
I think our Ming Ming player, Xiaobu Cute Pinch, I think she might have skipped Gone Crazy.
yes, I believe so as well. Just relying on the innate physique, the base physique cards, which I like that. I like skipping Gone Crazy if you can afford to do so. Identifying that you can afford to do so is usually the tricky part, but looks like their read was correct there. Skipping Gone Crazy and the tier 4, which is to be expected as a musician. You generally aren't going to pick up the tier 4.
Of course you would skip that card.
Yeah.
You have to play Crash Fist for that card, does nothing.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to skip the Gone Crazy when the replacement for it is Inheritance of Physique, so that the cards you draw are physique cards.
That's true. You are very likely to find enough physique there to augment the Embracing Cheat Technique already in your hand. I guess you could draw a pair of Exercise Fists, but probably.
Hey, wait, this is never mind. This is not Dolan.
So additional side job elixir here for our Ming Ming. So we are going to start seeing Enlightenment elixirs or upgrade elixirs, whatever,
Uh,
and guard ups popping into their hand, but their base job is in fact musician.
oh, I wasn't gonna be fooled twice.
Thunder Trib for cool shot, finding the 5 Thunders, Heaven Hex, Starry Moon on a fly, so they've got a good amount of damage over there.
Yeah, they've really hit everything on time. They don't have their space spiritual fields, they don't have the second heaven hex, but for round 12, this is a really solid breakthrough board for them.
Yeah.
What they need now is they need to be readying themselves for the onslaught of predicament they will surely face soon.
And not only an onslaught of predicament, but also a concentric tune on bearing the load here as well, doing a similar, if slightly less efficient job. Ooh, leading on this Lake Hex and the Weaken here, kind of not exactly what you want to be doing against this board. Just kind of piling up the concentric tune there.
Yeah, Ming Ming received 8 debuff stacks extra to power all of their cards on the back half of the board. Did not work out. Looks like Lee Man has found the Magnanimous Righteousness. I don't know if they have all the pieces of the engine just yet, but they're very close.
Our Xian fan here picking up a win. I think with the kindness tunes, they still have potentially one fight left in them. Not so much of a cool shot though. They are probably going to be on their last legs for the rest of this. And that's a pretty scary board they're staring down here. Seal still with 18 rolls and a pretty fearsome board from that spot.
Has he actually stopped rolling at the 18 mark? Does he believe that every card in his hand is also so essential?
I'm not sure if it's a pause of I finished rolling or a pause of what do I need to get rid of from this position.
Okay, probably more likely the latter, but yeah, we won't be hanging around to see.
Yeah, they certainly have not been rolling all the way down, given it's round 13. Even after their breakthrough, they've maintained a pretty high stack of cards here. Yeah, we saw a double Marrow on a board. I didn't catch who that person was fighting. I think they're probably fighting someone who will have access to Predicament, although Ching Ching has not actually drawn a Predicament yet, so might work out well. Instead, we're still leaning on this this kindness tune. Cool Shots board looking pretty good. Taking advantage of Cleansing Vine here. Let's see if it's enough.
One that's really been taking advantage of Predicament for a couple rounds now is our Cat Girl player, Bijou. They have a Phase 4 store Chi, so they didn't have to wait to find a Cordon tune or anything. They have just been jamming a level 1 Predicament in slot 1 against people.
So see you getting done in by the 5 Thunders there. Just a bit too much damage before they could get to their payoff. Pretty big Destiny hit, which is often the case with Sword Intent if you die before you get to your big payout. Meanwhile here we
is an unfortunate property of the board, yeah.
Yeah, meanwhile here we have two somewhat similar Chinray boards, slightly going to the way of Rusu here with their kindness tune. And Xian fan is now being eliminated. This Mono Water musician line has not really panned out for them so far. Yeah, just getting...
It's really not working out at all. They have double 8th places at this point.
Yeah, just getting run over by the Crash Fist and Magnanimous Righteousness.
Given the tournament format, they're very much possible they could win.
Yes, it's true. If they can get up to 16 points, they can still spike the final.
I mean, if you pause and think about it, anyone who gets first placed in the remainder of lobbies can prevent everyone just from winning.
That's true.
So.
Alright, so Seo and Coolshot here, both in somewhat precarious position. Both of their boards Yeah, the non-music, 2 of the 3 remaining non-musician boards here, and their boards are both somewhat susceptible to it. Obviously, Seals and Flying Fang Sword just kind of reverts back to a regular Flying Fang Sword, which is not the worst card in the face of Predicament. So, outside of like, you know, hyperextending the board with a million Flying Fangs, that's not a terrible spot to be in. This Feng Shu's board, on the other hand, is leaning on these flies quite heavily for its damage source. So we'll see how that lines up. We'll last minute swap to the vine there. I feel like if we get that far, things have probably gone horribly awry. No, well, we'll get to the vine. It's not really going to do too much, but we will get there.
And yeah, then kill with the Lake Hex poison that's been accrued over 2 cycles.
Yep. Double Q Hinch taking the loss there. Getting caught out by that predicament against the Ghost. Very unfortunate. Seal dropping to 10, so they're now facing elimination here.
No, Seal, we need you to go top 4 so that you turn live to win this.
This extension here. So what CEO is missing is a proper payoff. They're stuck playing 4 hits here. I don't think they've drawn an upgrade to... yeah, so they don't even have the Flick Cloud Chaos Sword anymore. They just got the 4 hit, which is forcing them to extend with more Flying Fangs, which is making them more vulnerable to these predicaments that people are playing against them. So we'll see if
significantly more vulnerable. They don't even land the payoff under Disturbing Fulu anymore, even were they to live long enough to attempt the payoff.
Yeah, so will be a tense one. Two people here facing elimination, and then the rest of the lobby, you know, 2+ fights still in them, depending on Kindness Tune and Cat Soul Bless shenanigans. Russo here, turn 1, Kindness Tune. They are going to top 4 this lobby, goddammit, and nothing is going to stop them.
It's very reasonable. Even a first place is insufficient to turn them live to win the event here. So they have to get it over 2. So a second or a third is nearly identically as good.
So who here who here can unlock the win going first from this position?
The only people that can unlock it are Senior, which would require a top 4, or Dullen and Xiaobu Cute Pinch can unlock the ability to win if they get literal first place.
Okay. We'll be keeping a close eye on them. Used to see if Seal's board here is extending further, because they do not have a lot of time left against this. There's the guard up. She does get defanged, but no, it's just not quite enough damage. So Seo here is not gonna have their win unlocked. Looks like they're taking the 7th place here.
Yes, they were weakened, attack downed, and ice guarded all for their Sword Intent payoff.
Yeah, the M Flying Fang just not as impressive in a lobby with so many musicians. And honestly, I don't even think that was really the problem. I think the problem was just never drawing a 5th hit on the Sword Intent payout. So
it does let them speed up pretty much a whole turn if they can, yeah.
So everybody left in this lobby has access to either Predicament or Ancient Entangling Vine. So, you know, your chasers, they are... their value is going to be very heavily dependent on how well you can make the read that your opponent is going to be playing these cards.
It's interesting to me. We saw that Dullen had been saving Styx agility since forever. They just had a highly upgraded Styx agility ready to go, which made sense with the Magnanimous Righteousness Force Fist, right? They don't even have that card anymore. They just ate it. They're just not willing to run into the constant stream of predicaments, especially because the first card that they can't cut makes agility.
Right.
So other people have to know that that Predicament is at worst turn neutral against him.
Sure.
So he's just starting it off. Sure, roar, magnanimous righteousness,
Yeah,
gather
whatever.
intense force. If I get in one chase, yay. He's just resignedly accepted how this lobby is going with all these musicians.
Well, this is a pretty slick vine here from Coolshot. We're gonna get the double chase completely shutting out the Marrow from Ching Ching. Still has to stare down this dive though, which does take a decent amount of the sting off that 5 Thunders.
Sure does, but 4 wounds means that it's not too hard to kill with the follow-ups after the vine.
Yeah. Oh, and that's Wujio here getting knocked out by Xiaobu Q-Pinch. So Xiaobu Q-Pinch kind of looking very, very live here for this potential first place.
It's quite possible, in which case they would be the only player alive to win the lobby. Or win the whole tournament, I should say.
This additional side job, Elixirist, serving up these 3 guard up elixirs, has proven to be making their life a lot easier as well. Just really, really strong into all the content. Oh, I like this. So we're seeing from Immortal or Dylan here using the Magnanimous Righteousness against Musician Ming Ming. Don't even need to bring your own debuffs.
Just wait until Shura is applied and cure it.
Exactly.
It's very clever.
Yeah, it's it turns into a card with even more upside if you do not have if your opponent is already trying to kill you with debuffs. So I like that adjustment. I'm curious to see how it plays out. Certainly a lot of debuffs.
Yes, it's I really hope our observer lets us watch this matchup here, the one we're watching, because these are the 2 players that could possibly turn live to win the event. They're also top of the lobby, in good shape to do it, so It matters a lot, the outcome of this game.
Very much so. Alright, so we see the first absorption of debuffs here. The concentric chain does mean that a bunch of those are in fact sticks, which still does turn into more damage for Xiaobu Q-Pinch. I mean, Xiaobu Q-Pinch's board just does so much damage. It's just kind of a shockingly huge board over there. But the cleanse debuffs, they go a pretty long way.
You can do a lot with DX once you have the setup where it's possible to create 3 chases in 2 cards, and they've got that, and they are just running wild. They're doing all of the creative permutations.
Very much so. So, yeah, Xiaobu Q-Pinch now comfortably in a Destiny lead. Yeah, the Ice Guard Elixir here as well, up against 2 Chinrays and Li Man. Very, very nice tool.
It's so efficient against Crash Fist and also water that typically only hits 1 time in a turn.
Yeah. It's a little less efficient when you are playing Shuroro, because obviously your debuffs, if that guard up has to carry over a couple of turns, you will end up chewing through it yourself. But nonetheless, like you said, just hugely beneficial against these Crash Fist and water boards that are hitting you 1 to 2 times per turn.
Yeah, I think a big reason that we see Xiaobu Q-Pinch coming out favored in the head-to-head against Dylan, you might naively expect that if he can use his Mirage card to cleanse all of the debuffs and not have to bring his own self-debuff to the fight, you might expect that to put him in the lead. But remember that some of the debuffs he's being passed are sticks.
Yes.
And one hurts you when you cleanse it and when you acquire it.
Yes.
So I think that's actually helping out Xiaobu Q-Pinch quite a bit in that interaction.
For sure. Here we have 2 Chinrays with access to Predicament and Marrow, both opting for the Marrow run here. One side has an upgraded Combined Rivers, and the other side has a Turbulent. Oh, well, the other side has a Turbulent too, and that's gonna put Rusu out of this game. And it looks like this is the inner demon here for
I think the big difference between in the Chinri mirror match there was made by one side having the water formation and the other not.
Okay, so Cool Shirt unable to overcome the debuffs from Shovel Cute Pinch here. So our top three is now Ching Ching and two people who will go up to the point threshold to be vital to win if they can come first. So Ching Ching at the moment is kind of the hope for the other 5 competitors as well. I think no one except these two in first and second want to see them become live for the win. So I think everybody who is in 5th and below is quietly cheering on Ching Ching on Chinray to try to defang this potential victory here.
Indeed. I had mentioned an edge case rule prior that wasn't relevant in the last lobby, that we would also average placements for people who went out simultaneously for determination of if they were eligible to use that character. So since Cool Shirt and Rusu both went out 4th/5th simultaneously here, this placement averages to 4.5, which is not in the top 4.
Ah, okay.
And so they can still both play their characters if they want.
Well, that is a nice boon for them, at least a comfort, if nothing else. So here we are seeing the predicament. We also saw some plants knocking off that guard up from Chinray at the beginning of the fight. Force usually not a fantastic matchup for Mono Water. Dive not really being a card is kind of a rough one in the face of Inch Force. And it's just barely not enough here. Okay, so Ching Ching is out.
I really liked the Snow Lotus in that fight. That the Snow Lotus, you think it takes a hit from Turbulent and then makes enough block to more than block the Force of Water that turn, and then it saves you even more with the next charge and the 10 HP. It really was just like, this negates over 1 turn worth of damage and costs 1 turn to play. So I think that was a big difference maker.
Very much so. Well, here we are now. So Immortal Odulin and Xiaobu Cute Pinch battling it out for who is going to unlock the possibility of winning from next round onwards.
Absolutely insane that they're both in the final 2 here.
Yeah, Xiaobu Cute Pinch, I've been really impressed with how they've been wielding this debuff board here. The Magnanimous Righteousness. Crash Fist is usually a pretty good matchup into debuff, but these guard up elixirs are really making life a lot harder for Immortal Odulin. Normally you can just kind of, just go over the top of them with damage and, chase or no chase. Unless their board is like extremely upgraded, which at this point in the game, Shovel Cupid just kind of getting there. Crash Fist, again, the mitigation factors just don't matter. Like the weaken doesn't really do anything against force in a meaningful amount, but
viewers, can you sense your caster's biases? This feel is debuff boy, and Slow is just impressed by and rooting for debuff at every turn. I play more Crash Fist, and so I identify with the text being employed on that side. God, we betray ourselves, surreal.
Well, I've certainly been on the side of this matchup a lot of times that ends with Crash Fist just kind of stomping over the top of me, but Xiaobu Cupin here.
Yeah, but how many of those times did you have an ice guard at your disposal?
Very true.
It makes a huge difference, and that's really, I think that's why Xiaobu Cute Pinch is winning it, is just the ice guard.
Absolutely, yeah. That just tanking, 3, and now it's looking like potentially, up to 6 hits. I mean, it won't really be 6, probably be 4, thanks to that ticking eternal injury, but yeah, just a huge amount of mitigation here. So hard to crack through, especially when you're playing a board like Magnanimous Righteousness. I kind of think if you're Immortal or Dulun here, maybe you want to cut your Shura Raw and just play more Crash Fists, just so you have more hits on your board. So you can just, you know, like shock continue just so you can get through those ice guards, but maybe the damage coming in is just too high and you don't have time to do that.
They do be seeming to make the call that the previous several times they've fought Xiaobu Cute Pinch, that Xiaobu Cute Pinch hasn't been predicamenting them. They haven't played it in a while. They have the full agility set up themselves. They're finally just willing to call, hey, your predicament threat, that's fake.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
So they're willing to just put all of the damn chases on the board.
Yeah, that looks like what we're doing here. Now we're running our own Vine here as well, which does actually land. Lets these attacks get through the guard up, and it's like just barely not enough damage. Now we're slowly waiting for these internal injury ticks, waiting what feels like a million years.
And there comes the second one.
Though it's just enough. Alright. We're still alive.
-2 to -51. Oh my word.
So,
and he drew another righteousness, so he can purge even more debuff in one go.
So, an important factor there was Immortal or Dylan being 1 speed faster than Xiaowu Cute Pinch. That is not going to happen this time. Now, Xiaowu Cute Pinch is going to be the faster board, Ming Ming on an even round, getting that plus speed boost.
Are you sure? Because last time Dylan didn't eat all their cards, I don't think, but Xiaobu Cute Pinch did.
I thought Dylan
maybe I misread
down. Yeah, I think they might. I think they did.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, the speed as it was played last round is certainly enough to swing the outcome here.
Yeah.
Just maxing. I think we might need to see an earlier Vine if they're gonna go second.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So there's a few ways to do it. You can try to land an early Vine. Yeah, I like this positioning of we're doing double Vine. That's intense. I like this this positioning of the Gather Force into Magnanimous Righteousness. It means even if Xiaobu Cute Pinch does what they're doing, which is play 2 chases into the Shura Roar, you still get to cleanse the debuffs.
I don't know about Double Vine being intense. Double Vine is overgrown. Intense is Gather Intense Force.
That's true.
Is it not?
That's true. I guess we've decreased our intensity in exchange for some more. Oh, we don't have enough chi for our cards. Oh, that's brutal. That's a brutal way to go. It's yeah, spending those turns charging is just not quite good enough. So that means Xiaobu Cute Pinch takes it down. That means they are now live to be the winner of the event. If they come first in any of the following rounds, they will be taking this down.